Welcome back to my channel, guys. It's time for another volume review. This one's a very interesting one. Welcome back to my channel, guys. The original name of this one is a very long one. It's The War of Greedy Witches. 32 of the wickedest women duel to the death. Just gonna keep the first part as the title, because like I said, it's a very long title, but it is what it is. It is brought to you by Yen Press. Yen Press is a great company that has been releasing for years. That's not focusing on the book, but okay. But for years, they've been releasing a lot of stuff for you guys here in the US, and they continue doing that through Yen Press, through Yanon, through Easy Press, through other companies as well. So support them. Great company. They send me this copy to review for you guys, and here I am reviewing it with my honest review for you guys. Before anything, guys, if you haven't done so by now, also subscribe to my channel, give some love by comments, liking, and sharing. I do appreciate everyone who has been coming lately and supporting the channel. There's actually been an increase on views and on hours viewed and all that, so thank you so much. I know lives help a lot. When I do lives, we get new people, or we just get people that, you know, haven't been in the channel in a while. They come back, so I do appreciate all that. So thank you again for the support and continue supporting. Okay, the War of Greedy Witches. So it's interesting because these two witches, yes, they're the main ones in half of the volume, but they're not the main one when it comes to the actual story. So the story follows the life of Jane d'Arc, which is a hero from France. And essentially, from what I understand in history, Jane d'Arc hide her identity that's being a woman, and she basically went to war for France, did amazing things, did awesome things, came back, and they found out that she was a woman, and they basically disowned her. In this story, they burn her alive. They call her a witch, and they burn her alive, and it ends up being that she is some type of a witch. Demons show up. These two girls, supposed to be demons, and they take her to the demon world, where she is going to be competing in a witch tournament. And essentially, it's 32 witches from different eras, different times of the world, and different parts of the world. So there's this like demon girl who is controlling the whole situation, and she's basically saying it's going to be a 32 one-on-one fights, 16 fights and 8 fights and 4, then semifinals and, you know, finals and all that. So a lot of the characters that we get are just random characters, not random characters, very much famous females from the world. We do realize that they start using some powers. We start seeing that a lot of them can manipulate demons. Others can use powers that they don't realize that they knew they had, and now they do have them because they basically have released them here in this world. Some of these witches are basically psychos and need to be stopped ASAP, but are gonna have to be stopped through these trials. So we do get a listing of all the witches from the tournament, and trying to get to that page, but we get people from China, we get people from France, we get people from America, we get people from Japan, from Africa, a lot of places around the world and Europe. So yeah, there's witches essentially all over the world, and here is the lineup they have. So Tome goes in, and Elizabeth Bathory are the first ones that go. Then we have Jeanne d'Arc against Wu Setan, Cleopatra against Himiko, Mata Hari against Mary Red, Maria Tenet against Yekaterian II, Marie Curie against Huang Yungying, Oshichi Yaoya against Orihime, Bonnie Parker against Mona Lisa, that's going to be a good one, Agatha against Isabua Shane, Anna Pavlova against Yim Wing Chung, Lakshmi Bai against Rui Sasaki, Lyudmila Pavlichenko against Shikibu Murasaki, Yang against Charlotte Corday, Emilia Earhart against Maria Anna Mozart, also a good one. Komatsuhime against Inobae, La Vonzine against Florence Nightingale. So a lot of like random but also very important women from the world are going to be fighting, and essentially in the rest of the volume it's these two girls fighting, right? The first one is a Japanese combatter, Tomigosen, and Tomigosen, we can see that she's a hand-in-hand combat fighter, and we think that is all she is until the end. But then we also have Elizabeth Bathorn, and she's a desire or torment. First one's a desire to smite evil. So we have kind of justice against torture, I guess, going on. And Elizabeth is all about torture. She starts showing her colors very early on, and we see that she herself is a foe to be careful with. So here's a good picture. I'm trying to find the best ones. Here it is, torture chamber there. We do get a backstory of Elizabeth and essentially how she grown to love to torture people and kill people, and it was a very sad thing. She does have the upper hand in most of the fight, but Tomoe towards the end ends up still getting the distance she wants, and we find out that she herself is also an archer, and that gives her the upper hand because Elizabeth does grow the distance between her because she's convinced that Tomoe's technique is all hand-in-hand combat, and it's not. So we don't really get the full end of that battle, but we kind of assume that Elizabeth wins. Sorry, not Elizabeth. Tomoe wins and Elizabeth loses. But basically, we get Antoinette essentially getting her powers and getting her inner self desire coming through, and that's going to be the desire of desire and love, which is kind of weird, but that's what they say that she's getting. So that's the whole thing. The fight is 50% of the volume, and then the witches being introduced is the other 50%. So it's a very much an introductory volume, but to what seems to be an epic fight of fact tournament type of series. Now, I do realize a lot of people don't like tournament type of series. A lot of people drop series when they reach like a tournament style scenario. I know in Dragon Ball, some people don't like the Dragon Ball tournaments, and other series as well as Naruto and all that. Personally, I like it. We get introduced all these characters and the side characters get like their background stories and also like their we get a little bit more of who they are and also build up their characters, which to me is just the best we can get. So yeah, it is what it is. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I do appreciate all the love and support that I've been shown lately. Thank you again for it, and subscribe. That's the best you can do if you're watching up to this point. Thank you again, and like always, don't be strangers. See you guys.